it very carefully. And even after I've addressed it, I still cannot, as we go back to that, definitively 100% absolutely say, no, it won't happen. I cannot do that because there are certain statements within the Quran, as an example, where it says like the people of the book, they are collectively called, It says certain people, the fire worshippers also, Magians they were called, yes? If they believe in the Creator in the last day, for them there shall be no fear, neither shall they grieve. Now what does that mean?
It means that they would go to...
There you are. Now, so I would never, and up to this day, if anybody asks me, even for a Muslim, I would say, well, look, I cannot definitively, I can't. However, if the evidence is suggesting something, then I would look at it this way, that the Prophet of God, Muhammad, was told that he was sent as a mercy to humanity and to all living creatures. On the basis of that statement, if I were to look at every human being over, if I came across a human being, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is considered to be the mercy. The Quran tells us in him is the ideal example for human beings to follow. So I'm looking at the Prophet, peace be upon him. He has told me, look, be kind, be just, be merciful to people. Now, the underlying principle seems to be that of what we call rahmah, mercy. So when I'm looking at human beings, I would always try my best. On a sincere level, I'm saying this, Brother Sanjay. To me, every time I look at a human being, I would always look for the opportunity to bypass whatever I think they are doing wrong. But there are certain things which, unfortunately, are subject to the law. That I cannot interfere with. Are you following? I would not. But where I have been given the flexibility and the freedom, then I will try my best to overlook what I consider to be the faults of a human being. Why? Because that is the underlying principle of mercy that I want to adopt. That was taught to me by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Now, I know, and I mean this sincerely, that if you sat down and thoroughly assessed what Islam has to say, you will not help but agree. And I'm talking on an evidential footing here. I'm not only talking just because, like I said, I don't subscribe to the word faith or the word religion.
So let me say that the evidence is not, when you look for evidence, you don't just look at the book as well, but there's also people like myself, I guess, would have a problem with the general principle of a supreme being having characteristics given to it that are contradictory. Like, for example, God is merciful, but God is just. Justice and mercy are two opposite things to each other. Because if you come before me and I'm a judge and I treat you justly, I will give you punishment you deserve. But if I will treat you better than you deserve. See, I can't give you both at the same time.
Shall we address that?
See, like that.
Shall we address that?
Yes.
Work this out according to what you said. Justice, mercy. Do you think they are polars? Do you think they are...
They're not absolute polars.
They aren't.
But you can't apply both at the same time.
You can. I would suggest. I'll ask you, I'll tell you how. For example, in this country, a legal system, you go before the judge, and the judge sympathizes with your case. Yes? The ultimate arbiter of how he should act is going to be determined by the statutes, which he is governed by. If the statutes themselves give him what you would call discretion, can he be just and merciful at the same time?
He can be just within a band.
But that is determined by the statute.
No, but I'm not talking about a band. I'm talking, for example, let's say Allah.
Sorry, let me just say goodbye to my
Look after yourself.
When am I seeing you again?
Inshallah, 3-4 weeks possible, definitely.
Fair weather dawah.
No.
Fair weather dawah.
I don't mind anything you say. It turns a blessing.
3 weeks, eh?
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah, look after
Okay.
yourself, uncle.
Nice one.
Yeah, look after yourself. Have a safe journey home. Okay.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about
sorry.
a more extreme example. Like, for example, that is it possible that Allah allows everyone to go to heaven?
Yes.
Is there a possibility that may happen?
I would say yes.
Okay. You're the first one I've asked
I would say-
that have said that first. Yes.
I would say yes. And I will also tell you why. Because the ultimate arbiter of everything that human beings do is who?
Is Allah himself.
Is the Creator.
Is the Creator.
Now, I am not overruling what the Creator has taught in the Quran. I'm not doing that at all. If the Creator has said certain things in the Quran, like, look, certain people are going to go to what we call hell.
Yes.
Yes? I would ask you then, okay, wait a minute. If someone has committed many offenses throughout his life
Yes.
and he was not detected by the legal system as adopted,
And
should he
then-
get away scot-free?
Then presents, yeah.
What would your answer be?
Well, it would be the just thing if he does not get away just free. However, is it possible for Allah to change his mind?
Now, when you say change his mind, you are limiting the Creator in terms of understanding.
Oh,
I would say this.
Okay,
Yeah?
but-
If the Creator determines something,
yes. But
none
can-
of us
Yes.
can change it. None of us can question it.
Right.
None of us can actually say, okay, can the Creator change his mind? In what way do you mean?
Like, for example, if it says in the book, for example, the Christian book says, you can say anything and do anything and still get into heaven, except if you deny the Holy Ghost.
Yes.
So there might be a similar sort of ruling in the Quran, but one or two things that you cannot get away with, right? Like you have in the Christian book.
Right, yeah.
But say, for example, you're the worst person in the world,
Yes.
and you've killed and murdered and everything.
Yeah.
And it says in the Quran, if you do these things, well, you'll be judged harshly.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it possible for the Creator, when the exact time comes for you to be judged, for Him to be 100% merciful and still allow you into heaven? It's still possible.
Guaranteed. But here is what I will say. Yeah? If the Creator, and I'll give you an example. Sorry.
But then can I say that He would not be being just
Right. That is,
in that example?
yeah, that is according to the understanding that you have adopted.
Yeah.
But I'll just tell you this. Yeah? You see, if the Creator decides the Creator wants to forgive,
Yes.
is that in an absolute sense?
Well, everything He would do would be absolute.
You are absolutely right, but here's a problem. If we have limited faculties,
Yes.
on what justifiable and logical basis can we determine whether the Creator has got something right or something wrong?
No, we can't determine.
So on what are we going to rely?
We have to rely on the book of what
On
is
the
being
guidance
written.
that the Creator has given.
Okay.
Now,
So my question would be then, can the Creator go against something that has been written in the book?
how would we determine that?
Well, if there's something, I mean, if He lets someone that He says is not going to get into heaven if you do these things,
Yeah.
and He still sends him to heaven.
But that is only going to be determined after you die.
After that, correct. Yeah, we won't be able to.
Well, we
know.
can't.
Yeah.
So it is a question that you want to put reason to. But here's what I would say to it.
So unless you get to heaven, which I'm sure you will.
Sorry?
That's unless you get to heaven, which I'm sure you'll get to your heaven. But
I'm not making the claim.
but you're there and you meet Hitler, and he's saying, well, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
And
But-
he says, well, your God was merciful to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Logically speaking,
Yeah.
it wouldn't happen like that. From the Islamic perspective,
Oh, sure.
because there is a day of reckoning that is going to take place. Yes? Now, here is my view, and this is going to sound odd. Okay? I am of the view that if I am not subject to everything about an individual, a human being,
Yes.
and logically, scientifically it's an impossibility,
Yes.
then I cannot be an arbiter to determine whether somebody is justly deserving of the seat next to me. Do we agree with that?
I agree with
Okay.
that. It's not
So
up to you.
it's not. But now it will mean that we have to look at what the Creator has said to us in the context of what the Creator can and cannot do.
Yes.
Yes? Now, amazingly, the Quran has got a turn on words. Yeah? It uses a statement, Inna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir. The Creator has power over everything.
Right.
Yeah? Whereas our Christian friends will tell us with God all are possible.
Correct.
As soon as somebody says that, you have questions like, can God create a stone heavier than he can lift?
Yeah.
Things like that.
A square triangle.
Exactly, yeah? Now, the Creator is telling us one thing. We are saying, okay, can the Creator forgive? I am saying yes. But I also know that, look, if someone has been totally unjust to X,
Yes.
okay, and I can do something about it, would I do something about it? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Yes, and that is why we have legal systems, we have
Yes.
courts, yeah?
Yes.
Because, as you said, the nature of human beings seems to be that somewhere along the line we'll do something which we shouldn't do.
Yes.
But something has to govern our actions. Why? It's for our benefit.
Yeah.
But going to your question, it is straightforward. For me to make a definitive assessment of the question itself will lead me to a logical or illogical conclusion. It's not possible. So what I would say after that is this. Look, the Creator has informed us that one atom, and this is where it's crucial, it talks about literally an atom of good will not be kept away from a person, and one atom of bad will not be left out. Yeah? Now, can we talk in atoms?
Yes, okay.
Yeah? No. I'm saying, can we
we know
talk
we
in
can't.
atoms? We can't.
No,
We know about atoms.
Talking people.
Yeah, exactly. We are talking about human beings,
Yes.
living, breathing ones.
Yes.
So, if somebody asks me, well, do you think the Creator will forgive everyone? I'm saying, look, if it is within the power of the Creator, I cannot be the arbiter of what the Creator cannot do. One thing I can say is this, that I wish, subjective,
Yes.
I wish that every human being will be dealt with by the Creator in the best way possible.
Well, just going on from that point, this is what I ask Christians. Does everything that happens in the world happen according to God's will? You would say yes. That means that, and this may be different for Islam, does everything, is God all good? If God is all good and everything happens according to His will, then everything that happens in the world is good. Is basically good.
Yeah, the logic is there.
So that means if there's an earthquake somewhere or a tsunami somewhere, actually a good thing has happened.
Yeah.
We may not be able to see the goodness behind the bad event.
Yes.
But I would suspect that in that scenario, with that thinking, we shouldn't be able to call anything that happens that we think is bad, bad, because God has done it. So we can't say that there is any such thing as a tragedy.
Right. Okay.
Would you agree with that? Like if a mountain blows up and people die from that, it can't be called a tragedy because God has done it and God is good.
Yeah, I would respectfully look at it slightly differently. You see, for us to be able to establish, what is good, what is bad, again, it's okay. It comes back to the same old thing, the yardstick. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
If the yardstick tells me something is good, it is good. If something is bad, it is bad. But the issue arises here. For example, tragedies occurring with a tsunami.
Yeah, the natural world.
Yeah, the natural world. What we call the natural world.
Okay.
Yes, or a building collapsing.
Sure.
Yeah, or human beings actively allowing things to happen. Yeah. Is that
That's why I chose natural disasters.
Yes,
because
I know.
Because humans have no
control over it.
Control.
Yeah. You see, but here is the issue.
Yeah.
Okay, those things happen.
Yes.
Are they bad?
I can say that they're bad.
Why?
Because it decreases the happiness of the world. But,
you are absolutely
but
right.
if you're religious, I can't and believe that God has done it. I can't see how you can say something that God has done is bad.
Right, okay, I can see your point.
So that's my
I can see your point. It is, however, missing certain elements that are contained within the human being, I would respectfully suggest. Yes? I'll tell you why. For example, if I have firm conviction in the Creator and the Creator's doings, does it mean I can't cry?
No, you can still cry.
Does it mean I can't laugh?
No.
Does it mean I can't be sad?
No, you can still
Well,
be
I'm going to
affected.
go through all the same emotions, okay?
Because you're a human being.
Exactly. But over and above this, I do know one thing,
Yeah.
that if I come across a situation which seems to be beyond my understanding, yes, whether I like it or not, I'm going to have to go through it. But how I'm going to go through it I need to know. Because inevitably it is going to happen.
Right. Okay.
Yeah? So a few years ago, when my father passed away, I felt sad. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're going to now miss that interaction with
There is
that person.
something that makes you feel that, look,
Yeah.
now, does it mean that my acceptance of how you the Creator Thank you.
Very,
Yes.
Just a question. You know, last time you spoke to Kalam El, you know Kalam El?
Oh, yeah. What's his name? Zachariah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Zakaria. But Kalam El, he's part of a bigger group. I don't know if you've looked into him. It's
No.
like, you know, the ancient Kemet. And
No.
he's
Oh,
connected
yes.
to the guys in America.
Is it, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of guys over there. They, like, basically, like, you know, they're trying to Islam. Because I heard there's one of their imams. It's called Brother Polite.
Yes.
Shaka Amos and all of these.
Yeah.
guys.
I've heard about them.
talking about Kalam El saying he's trying to organize with some Asian Muslims. I don't know if it was you or if he was talking to you about it.
He hasn't talked to me about it.
Yeah, because,
Well, we'll keep an eye on it and see, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Because, yes, mashallah, you
Yeah.
can.
I know.
A lot of their students, they come to you. I think
Yeah.
you've seen them. A lot of them.
Yes.
like atheists, they call them.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
mashallah, I like
Yeah,
that.
no, inshallah. Yeah, we'll address it.
Have you argued with that guy yet? He's a complete. He's just here to irritate me.
Exactly.
Mashallah, Allah shall give you barakah, wallahi, mashallah. Me and a lot of brothers that watch a lot of your talks,
Yeah.
and it's good. I'm hoping your style is not patented. Using logic and rationality. Like, you know.
Absolutely, inshallah. No. I will have a look at that, inshallah, and we'll see.
Mashallah.
We'll keep you updated on the channel.
Your approach is uplifting as well, because a lot of the
Jazakallah.
people don't use the Quran. They
Yes.
usually like to talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
But your approach
All
is takes it back
peripheral.
to the way the scholars talk about it.
Yeah, that's how it should be,
How
inshallah.
long are you staying here for?
What time is it? Yeah, around 5 o'clock is when we.
So where do you have to
It's a 5.5-hour journey, so we have to.
So where do you have to
Yeah,
come
and the wife won't open the door if we are late. Yeah, inshallah, we'll have a look at that. But keep us informed, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah? Have you got my email address?
I've got it on from YouTube.
Yeah?
From your YouTube channel.
Anything,
Also,
just put your name on it and let me know that this conversation, and we'll keep an eye, inshallah, and see what we need to do.
Inshallah.
Yeah,
Because a lot of them are evolutionists. And
Yes.
they talk about ancient
Yeah.
chemistry.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, they talk about Islam and talk
Yes.
about Quran, and where they lack is, alhamdulillah, where you have is the language side, the Arabic they don't have.
Right,
So they
okay.
translate as they want.
Yes.
And they just say this
Yeah,
is
they
what
come out.
Islam is.
Yes, I know what you mean.
So inshallah,
No, inshallah, we will.
I've seen some of the.
Are they around here? Yes.
Actually, there's one who was over there. You argued with him before.
All right.
That
Yeah.
video we said.
Oh
who's
yeah.
Allah?
Hello. Yeah. So it doesn't matter, inshallah. We will do that. I'll keep an eye on that. Look after yourself, inshallah.
Ozzy, I'm Ozzy. They all know me.
Yeah, there you are.
He's a top guy, you know.
He is a very
He
gentleman.
knows everything.
Sorry, we'll.
He knows better than you know.
So each year I
Alhamdulillah.
come to work here as a radiologist, and
Right.
we report X-rays from Australia
Right.
because of the 12-hour time difference.
Good day, yeah?
So during the daytime, the nighttime work that gets done overnight.
Yes,
So if someone falls over and hits their head at 2 in the morning in Brisbane, the scan is done and the scan sent to us in Pimlico. We read it and it goes back, the report goes back. That's what.
You don't need to travel anywhere nowadays.
We're having a very interesting discussion.
I know you a long time.
But he's just
He's a good
just
one.
keep me away from Mahdi. Mahdi just, oh my God, he drives me mad, Mahdi. You can't pin him down on anything, that guy.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
Mahdi's terrible to talk.
Some of them,
I can't handle him.
block,
I can't, that guy. I can't handle that guy. So my question going on from that is, in Islam, is there such thing as a devil or
Is there a negative entity? Yes, there is.
Entity?
Yes,
Okay.
there is.
So
There's recognition of that, yes.
the creator of that negative entity has to be the positive entity.
If you want to look at it that way, yes.
So,
But that is again on a limited perspective view.
okay, but does that mean that the positive entity knew that the negative entity was going to become negative before creating him?
Right. Now,
That's the question.
that's an excellent question.
And
But
what does the negative entity do if the positive entity does everything?
Here is the problem that you have now.
Yeah.
We are back to what we had said earlier on.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the realm of what you would consider human understanding here?
Yes, it's only human understanding.
Is it?
Yes.
So
But-
this
But it's coming from the book itself.
here's an issue though. If it's coming from the book, what does the book actually say?
Well, I don't-
Are
I'm
we
asking.
are we going to have to accept for the purpose of our discussion what the
is from
book says?
Yes.
How are we going to verify?
Well, I don't know the book, you know the book, so you're going to have to tell me what it says in the book.
No. Yeah, I agree. We will
Yes.
discuss that.
Yeah.
But the question is, if the book says, okay, there was this entity called Iblis.
Iblis, okay.
Yeah.
Iblis.
This entity decided when a command went from the Creator.
Yes.
He was in the company of what we call angels, again, unseen entities. Okay.
So he was good initially, is that right? Or he was an angel?
In the company of angels, he was asked to perform a certain task,
Correct. Okay.
and he desisted. And he was told why. He made the claim that this created entity,
Yes.
that he was told to pay deference to, in his opinion, was inferior to him.
Okay.
So the Creator instructs this particular entity that, look, you are being given a command.
Okay.
And this entity decides
He doesn't want to
obey the command.
Okay. Yes.
Then acknowledges explicitly the Creator and says to the Creator, give me a certain amount of time and you are going to create X, i.e. human beings.
Yes.
And I will make it my objective in life,
Yes.
I'm using in inverted commas, to ensure that each and every individual I will try to move away from the chosen path that you are going to choose for them.
Okay.
Yeah? Now these elements which are not within the purview of what I would call scientific understanding at this moment in time.
No, but is that a good... But if I mean, I don't know what the Quran says,
Sure.
but if the aim of Allah is for everyone to go to heaven, is that the aim?
Now,
that He wants everyone to come back to Him?
it's an odd one where you say the aim is for everyone to go to heaven, and then you said, is that the aim?
No, but I'm asking, is that
Right.
what the aim is going to be, or
Right, again,
does He want everyone to come back to heaven?
it's not does he want to come back to heaven.
Yeah.
According to the understanding, and it is very clear,
Yes.
the statement, the way it is given to us,
Yes.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To the Creator we belong, and to the Creator we will return. So there is absolutely it says that, and there is no dispute about that. What you are asking
So
is
does that
what
apply to everyone?
absolutely every human being.
But that means we all go to heaven then, or not?
Now you see, I just said,
That's what I was asking.
I just said, what you are talking about are slightly different things.
Yes.
We are talking about every human being going back to the Creator,
Yes.
because we are the Creator's created entity.
Right. Okay.
Do we or do we not belong to the Creator? Yes, we do.
Yes.
So we are going back to the Creator. However, what you are talking about is what we have already addressed about the day of reckoning,
Correct.
in which every human being is going to have to account for whatever they did. And logic dictates to me
Right.
that if we, in every aspect of our life, are actually accountable to a certain given law, regulation, rule, whatever,
Yes.
we won't find it a problem. I do not find it a problem in the overall scheme to understand that there will be a day of reckoning, and that day of reckoning will determine for the human being themselves about their just or unjustness, for want of a better word.
Okay.
Yes? And then the Creator is telling you, look, when that day comes,
Yes.
not an atom of good is going to be withheld from you, and not an atom of bad is going to be concealed from you. So there are two different issues here, respectfully.
Yes.
The majesty of the Creator, I use the word majesty of the Creator, is not going to change as a result of what our limited understanding is.
Yes.
However, logic dictates that for us to understand as much as we can about the Creator, we would have to necessarily look at what the Creator says about the Creator, rather
Okay,
than us
yes,
speculating over what the Creator
Okay,
is.
so what does the
So,
Creator
for
say
example,
about himself?
yeah, so for example, if we start at Surah 112 of the Quran, yes, in a nutshell, the Creator says, Kul huwallahu ahad. Say Allah is one. Allahu samad, eternal absolute. Lam yalid wa lam yulad, begets not, nor is begotten, wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. There is none like unto the Creator. Now, if you look at those statements or sentences, you find the Creator, one. Absolute, only Creator. Begets not, nor is begotten. Now, there's a limitedness here that's being addressed, which we human beings possess in every created entity.
Yeah.
We beget and are begotten.
Correct.
Yeah, every human being, every creature living begets, begotten.
Yes.
The Creator not begotten, nor does the Creator beget.
So he's saying he's eternal.
Number one, absolute. Number two, does not beget, nor is begotten. There's an issue here. Why is this addressed? Well, if you find some human beings will claim that the Creator had a begotten Son of God.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that's one example.
That's contradictory to that.
One example. But the Creator, logic dictates, cannot beget, nor can be begotten.
Right.
Yeah? Otherwise the Creator would not be the Creator. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. There is none like unto the Creator. Now, here is the logic. The moment me and you ascribe to a certain thing in our limited understanding of what the Creator is, immediately that is not the Creator.
Okay. Because
There
you
is-
are limiting him. Just
Absolutely.
By trying to
Logic. The moment you try and limit
define
him,
you're limiting.
that's not the Creator. In a nutshell, that's what it says. But it goes on to talk about the just.
But if you give the Creator certain characteristics,
Such
you
as?
automatically define him.
Such as?
Like he is all good,
Okay.
or he cannot lie.
Okay. Let's say
If
he's
he
all
can't
good.
lie, you've just limited him.
Okay. Let's say he's all good.
Yes.
What-
I can't see how he's all good if,
What yardstick are you using?
well, for what he said about himself in the book.
Right. What has he said?
I don't know exactly. But
So how have you just determined
Because
that's...
I'm thinking it's similar to the Christian book.
Now, unfortunately, that is an error that a lot of people
Okay,
make.
okay.
It is not, but the problem still arises that
Yes.
you are about to make what I would consider a positive statement about an issue which you then saying you are not familiar with.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
So how do you do that?
Well, I'm asking you.
Okay,
I
now if the
understand.
yardstick, yeah, understandable. Now if the yardstick is not there, on what basis are you making this determination? So for example, I turn around and say, wait a minute, what we consider to be good and what we consider to be bad, coming back to the question that we had touched on, how do I determine what is good? And I use that example of the woman, yeah? How do I determine what is bad?
Well, if you're non-religious, you would have to determine it. It would be
What is a
determined-
non-religious?
I mean, if you don't ascribe to any book and
Okay.
you're non-religious, then what is good and what is bad is determined in a relative sense,
Okay,
and it changes over time.
true. Now if we were to determine things in a relative sense, would you do it justice?
I think you can only do the best you can at that time.
So objectively speaking, what you ought to be doing is studying that very book that claims contrary to what you assert.
That's true if that was the only book saying those things. That's a problem.
But how are you going to know if you haven't already read it that it is the only one saying it? Yeah, you are present. We are going to give him a present. He does. Yeah, there you are. That's a present from us.
Give you more quality, yeah.
Appreciate it.
From abroad, yeah.
Oh, better quality.
Now here is what I will do, Sanjay. Thankfully, we have got many to do, and I've got a signal. Yes.
That's fine. I understand.
Did I give you a card?
You gave me a card.
Excellent.
All true through there.
Yeah, no, there's my email address there.
Okay.
Drop me an email, definitely, Sanjay. It's not only about this, but also about what you do. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
We'll have it. But
Yes.
I would suggest,
Okay.
give it. I'm free to any question, as you have seen. Yes?
That's why I wanted to speak to you.
Yeah.
Because when I speak to you, then you're not going around in a circular argument at all.
No.
You're trying to explain.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, and what I would say, doctor,
Okay.
have a read of this.
I'll do it justice.
You will do it. No, you will do justice to yourself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and then if there are any crucial questions which you think, wait a minute, what was Shabir talking about? Yeah, by all means, send me an email. Don't expect an instant reply.
No,
it ain't gonna come.
I understand.
But it will, and we usually come here every 4 weeks. Yeah.
I see.
Now, if you go on our channel, you've seen
Yes,
it.
I've seen
We
it.
do put up a short video telling you when we are come, and I would love to see you again the next time we are here, God willing.
From Australia.
Yeah?
Oh, no, my parents are from India. My dad is from Lahore. My dad's from Lahore.
Lahore is in India. Which planet are you from?
No. He was born when it was India.
Okay, I
And then he
agree,
had
I
to move
agree.
across.
Yeah, that's fine then.
He said he still remembers
Yeah.
there was what caused a bit of bad blood, Hindu-Muslim,
Yes.
was that Hindus were instructed when they were receiving money, like change back, they give money for something,
Yes.
and they were receiving change, they would not take it from the hand of the Muslim. The Muslim had to drop it into the hand of the
Yes.
Hindu.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
reason, but doing silly things like that is only going to cause problems between people who are essentially the same ethnic group.
Absolutely. Oh, it happens.
And
No.
pointless.
Quran doesn't teach you this.
And a pointless activity. Yeah.
It is. But at the end of the day,
So my dad's a physicist,
Right.
and he used to be Hindu, but now he's become non-religious now.
Oh, Hindu.
That's
I want to speak to your dad. Yeah, no, not because of what you just said,
Yeah,
because
just
he's a physicist. That's why. Yeah, that's why. I would love to speak to him.
Okay, no, thank
it was
you
a
very
pleasure
much.
speaking to you,
Pleasure.
Sanjay. Look after yourself. And like I said, keep us, and hopefully in a few weeks when we are back, I'd love to see you again. God bless. Okay, take care.
Make sure you put it on YouTube. I'm not scared to be on YouTube.
Oh, excellent, doctor. Look after yourself.